welcome back to Kratom Kingdom. This is your host, Chris Irving from Knoxville, Tennessee. Today, talking to you about all things Kratom. First off, I've noticed that when I just take a couple of cups of Kratom in the morning, a couple of cups of Kratom tea in the morning, I feel stimulated and awake like I just drank a cup of coffee. But then if I overdo it and have 3 or 4 more cups after that, then I start to feel a little drowsy. So the perfect combination for me is taking my anxiety medication, which not everybody has access to, but my benzodiazepine, and then having a cup of kratom. It's just like the perfect blend. It just makes me feel not nervous, not anxious, not worried about anything. And it gives me a little bit of energy where the benzo would knock out my energy because it's a sedative. So I'm gonna start getting my kratom from New Dawn because they're a really top-notch company, and I'm pretty sure they get their kratom from Indonesia as well. It just got a little too expensive for me to go directly to Indonesia, and they don't accept PayPal anymore because PayPal won't work if it has anything to do with kratom. So you've got to have another way to pay. I know if I don't have kratom, I am in big trouble because I would definitely say that I'm addicted to it, and without it, I think I would go through some of the same withdrawals that an opiate addict would go through. So it's nothing to play around with. The withdrawal on it's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you like a benzodiazepine withdrawal. It'll just make you feel uncomfortable, maybe a runny nose, maybe a little irritable. Um, that's just because your brain's getting used to these alkaloids on your receptors. When they're not there, they're going, wait a minute, I like that. So right now, this is my 4th cup of kratom this morning, and I feel great. I feel wonderful. I woke up at 4 a.m., just like usual, paid some bills, made my first cup of kratom, finished paying my bills, did my laundry. I get very productive when I have kratom. And what makes it even better is I'm not afraid to leave my house. I have terrible agoraphobia. If you didn't know anything about me, I'm afraid to leave my front door because I'm afraid I'm gonna fall into the sky. It's an irrational fear, agoraphobia. But that's because I suffer post-traumatic stress syndrome. Having had a stroke at 33 for no reason at all when I was a perfectly healthy, vegan, outdoorsy guy just kind of threw me for a loop. I mean, I didn't know what was up, what was down, why it happened. Nobody can tell me why it happened. They just say it happens to some people. So I have to deal with it. So I'm always constantly afraid of it happening again, because it was out of the blue. But I do everything I can so that it doesn't, including drinking kratom. There's a lot. I did a little YouTube search, and there's a lot of really stupid advice on YouTube about kratom. Talking about it's not addictive or how to take it, and it's just you can tell these people have never done it once in their life. Where for me, I take it every single day. I am a kratom connoisseur. One lady said, "Don't mix strains," which is the complete opposite of what I profess. I say if you're taking red one day, red once, take a green next, then take a white, because your brain doesn't get used to one strain all the time. Once your brain gets used to that one strain, then you build up a tolerance to it. So if you can mix up the strains, then you're mixing up the tolerance, and you're not going to have that strong tolerance. And I also read that my local my local kratom bar or kava bar sells kratom for $9.99 a cup. That's insane. I mean, that's insanity. I would rather spend $100 and drink it myself, drink however much I want of it, and in the comfort of my own home. I I honestly think kratom is a wonder drug. It works, no pain at all. I mean, number one fact of kratom, it takes away your pain. I suffer migraines every day. I haven't had a migraine. I have the migraine symptoms still, the nausea, the double vision, but I don't get the pain. It's the most amazing thing ever. I've had migraines since I was 11 years old, since I hit puberty, and have had them every day since. My first wife divorced me because of my migraines, because they were such a pain in the ass. And that's not the only reason she divorced me. She also divorced me because I had a stroke and I wasn't able to mountain bike or kayak or hike anymore. So she met some jock, and one thing led to another, and he wooed her and stole her from me, which is better for me because she wasn't. Her and I were on different pages. I was an artist, I was a musician, and she was a jock. Two things don't go together, and I should have known that from the beginning. She was incredibly mean to me, even after my stroke, because my stroke fucked up my cognition pretty bad. I mean, it made it so I can't even balance a checkbook anymore. So I'm in school now learning how to balance a checkbook. And it's not that difficult, people. But these are the little things that I lost when I lost my brain. I have a hole in my brain about 4 to 7 centimeters in diameter right here that blocks all blood to my prefrontal cortex, which is your personality. So my personality changed, and I became kind of a dick. And I lost a lot of memories, which, when you're married to a wife who doesn't lose any memories, she remembers every bad thing I've ever done. So while she was dating this guy I knew about, I wasn't supposed to know about it, but I knew about it. I started dating a girl, and I was 40 and she was 19, which was bizarre because I did not purposely go out looking for a 19-year-old girl. She was a college student in one of my classes, and we got it. I mean, we dug each other, and it was like we had music in common, we had education in common, and one thing led to another, and I went to jail. I'll tell you the jail story another time. So it's not very interesting. But in jail, I contracted something called MRSA, which is a bad staph infection in your blood. So it means if I get an infection on my toe or on my finger, I could lose my toe or finger, which is not good, especially when I'm working with limited toes and fingers to begin with. Alright, y'all. I hope you are having a very good day, Kratomites. Weekend. Peace out, and I love you all.